What's going on? How's everybody doing? So, if you're familiar with this channel, it's mostly collectibles, pops, tiny ghosts, chomps, things of that nature. But I've always been a collector of a lot of things in general. And the thing I've been collecting the most is actually movies. I love movies. I got exposed to film at a very, very early age. My mom got me into movies when I was like, I want to say 10 years old or even younger. Basically, I love almost every genre of film. The exceptions I don't really care for are musicals, not really into musicals. And yeah, right. That's an acquired taste. And then what? Romantic comedies, chick flicks, if you will. I mean, unless you're getting dragged to that stuff by your girlfriend at the time, that's pretty much the only time we're going to be seeing shit like that, right? So anyway, with that being said, we're going to be diving into my film collection. It's not as great as it used to be, unfortunately. Hey, just in time. How you doing, brother? Thanks for coming in. It's not as great as it used to be, but I do have some really cool stuff in my collection. A lot of it I've had for quite a while, but it's all over the place. I'm very OCD and all that, so it's all alphabetical. With my collectibles, I'm alphabetical anyway, so it just makes sense, right? When you have a lot of stuff, you want to be able to access it very easily. So making things alphabetical just makes sense. I don't see why you wouldn't want to be like that. So anyway, so first off, we're starting with A, obviously. This is A Christmas Story. So the thing about this movie is I absolutely love this movie. It's hilarious. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies of all time. This is a special edition. It's really funny because this actually, it's a slipcase, but when you take out the film, if I can remember how to do this, that's weird. Oh, there we go. It's like look at this thing. So basically, it's a pop-up like ornament, if you will, or something, a Christmas card. But full disclosure, this is my film collection. Obviously, not everyone's going to agree with what I think is funny or great. The great thing about movies is we all can have our own opinions about them. And I'm hoping people will stir it up in the chat. I mean, it's fine. You guys can give me a hard time. You can agree with me. You can disagree with me. We're going to have a good time here. This is going to be a pretty interesting stream here. I hope people enjoy it. I have a decent amount of films, so it's not like this is going to be over in 10 minutes. So anyway, Christmas Story, absolute classic. I put it up there with Christmas Vacation by far. I think Christmas Vacation is my favorite Christmas film, but Christmas Story is hilarious. I love it. I don't know what you guys think, but so switching gears here, we have I'm getting over something, so bear with me. I'm having this weird ear thing, so hopefully I'm not too loud or not too quiet. But next we have Avatar. This is the extended collector's edition of Avatar. This is a beautiful edition. When you take off this slipcase, this is why I like to collect movies, because of what they put in. Like, look how beautiful that is. It's just art, you know? And then you open it up, and then, you know, you got this front cover. It's just fantastic. look at the back, and then it says, it's their language. Anyway, and then you open it up, and scenes from the movie, obviously, and then the discs. I don't know if I don't remember if the discs have anything cool on them. Wow, it won't open. Nothing special. Kind of generic art on the disc. But anyway, I won't bore you with that part. We'll just look at the artwork and stuff and talk about the movies. But anyway, next page, it's just scenes from the film, but this is what you look for if you're a collector. This is what if you're a fan of these films and whatnot, this is what you would, this is what you would go for, right? This is what you're aiming for. It's just great quality, This was a gift. I mean, I've had this for a long time. And if you guys have seen the extended cut, you know that it's really good. There's a lot of additional footage. I think there's at least 30 to 35 minutes of additional footage. It really makes the movie more enjoyable. There's a lot more going on. Just like I saw Doctor Sleep, the sequel to The Shining extended cut, and that was amazing. I mean, there was like characters were more fleshed out. The story was more extended, just because it follows the Stephen King novel like perfectly, the Doctor Sleep novel. So I'm probably gonna get some shit for this, but sorry, the Blair Witch Project, in my opinion, is one of the best it was the start of the handheld that whole handheld horror movie genre. It's because of this film, The Blair Witch Project. This started it all. So this is actually the box set. It comes with the original film. It has a game. I don't have a PC. I've never been a PC person, but this is a game. I don't know if it's good or bad, but it's just cool to have. Looks cool. I dig this a lot. That's sick. The color of that disc and just it's creepy. Like, look at that. Look at the silhouette of the forest in that like crimson red. And then I don't know, it's got the game showing the symbol, Blair Witch symbol. Pretty cool. I love these trifold designs. This is old school stuff. If everyone remembers collecting, like CDs, music, you guys can appreciate this kind of stuff, where it trifolds and has the artwork all over it and everything. So that's the game. And then you got the original movie. There's that classic cover. I saw this when it came out. I thought that it was really, really something. There was a documentary on, I think it was on the Sci-Fi Channel, and I think it's included in this box set called, is it on here? I forgot the name of it. It's called Curse of the Blair Witch, and then they were trying to they were trying to solidify this as being real. So they went around the town and they were interviewing all the town people. And anyway, I thought it was awesome. When this came out, this is just a good memory, right? If you guys are with me on this, it was scary at the time, especially if you saw the documentary before the film came out. And they had all the advertisements back before like social media. All we had was like websites and stuff, right? And I believed it at first, and then come to find out it's all fake, but it's pretty cool. It was a good experience. and then they had this sequel. I can't remember if this was decent. I know they made another one since then. This was the Hollywood one, right? This is the one where they had a bigger budget. It's still Artisan Entertainment. It's still the same production company. And if you guys know Artisan, they got bought out by Lionsgate. So Lionsgate, I think they bought them out or something. There's no Artisan isn't around anymore. But cool cover. Really cool cover, man. They had another one though. They had a more recent one, right? What was it called? Blair Witch or something. I don't know. But I just have this original set. So, what are some of your guys' favorite movies? You can tell me any genre, doesn't matter. We're just hanging out here. We can discuss anything you want. I'm just showing my movie collection, Mama J. I have all sorts of different genres of films that I collect. Next up is my friend got me this. He gave it to me. This is an independent horror film called The Collapsed. It's just an indie horror film. There's not really much to say about it. Oh, Terminator, yeah. Well, my all-time favorite is Terminator 2. But yeah, Terminator's great. Yeah, the thing is, I always considered the original Terminator is more like a horror film, and then Terminator 2 was an action sci-fi movie. So it's pretty cool how those are kind of like completely different, but in the same franchise, Star Wars, yeah, I like Star Wars too, yeah. Star Wars, it's an acquired taste, but I appreciate it for what it is. I like the originals. I like the Force Awakens. I saw it in the theater when it came out. Yeah, first Terminator. I haven't even heard of that. Monster Dog? I haven't even heard of that movie. I will tell the secret, my favorite movie. Huh. Sabrina with Harrison. Your secret's safe. Oh, wait, it's not. This is broadcasted live on the internet, so everybody knows your secret now. Sorry. Hey, Sassy. Hey, Christina. How's everybody doing? Let me catch up on the chat a little bit here. Oh, cool. Alice Cooper's in it. What's that 80s film? Trick or Treat. It's Ozzy Osbourne and isn't it Alice Cooper and Ozzy Osbourne? Private chat. Anyway, I messed up. That's okay. It doesn't really matter. So this next one was a gift. I'm sure some people know about this. This is like a cult film. It's called, the Beyond the Valley of the Dolls. I mostly got this because my uncle gave this to me for Christmas one year, and I love music, so there's a lot of music aspects to this film, but it's also good for like guys, like bachelors, because of the chicks. And if you guys know who Russ Meyer is, he favored women's like curves, like yeah. So Russ Meyer is known for his big-breasted female actresses, but the artwork's super cool. That retro design, that's really neat. It's the same thing on the case, but this chick is super hot in the middle there. So anyway, this is a classic film. This is from the 70s. Anyway. Yeah, Hojo. It's a cult film. All right. This isn't mine, but you know, when you're in a relationship, you know, everybody says, you know, what's mine is yours, it's ours, we share it. So this is actually Law's Back to the Future set. Everyone knows Back to the Future. It's iconic. This is the set, so this is the trilogy. This is the whole thing. It's got a nice slipcase, box set case, and then I don't know if there's anything cool going on here. Yeah, it's pretty generic. Just got the movies. But the debate remains, what's everybody's favorite? Is it 1, 2, or 3? Is it 1, part 1, part 2, or part 3? Back to the Future. What's your favorite one out of the trilogy, right? You know what I mean? Well, the thing is, most of these movies are mine. This is hers, though. I got this for her for Christmas. It's a Christmas gift. I miss you too. Can't wait until our Sunday. All right, so next up is Cujo. This is the 25th anniversary edition. I really like the design of this slipcase. See how it's clear? Comes off, and then there's the dog's mouth up close. But it's got the special features, all that good stuff. It's got a documentary about making the movie. Classic. This is a great movie. If you're a horror fan, if you're a Stephen King fan. Dee Wallace stars in this. If you guys know who Dee Wallace is, she's in a lot of great films. She's been in a lot of great movies. Yeah, slipcases are sick. This is why you got to buy DVDs, even though people are more into the higher resolution, higher quality of Blu-rays. There's things that are cool about DVDs too, like the packaging, right? So next is my favorite Christmas movie. I watch this every year. I know every line. My mom and I go back and forth about this, so we could just randomly just start joking around and talking about this movie because we've seen it so many times, and it's Christmas Vacation. So Christmas Vacation is hilarious. It's essential viewing for the holidays, for Christmas. I always watch it. Sometimes I watch it twice. Sometimes I'll watch it like at the beginning of December, and then I'll watch it like Christmas Eve, or I'll watch it even Christmas night or Christmas Day. But always watch this. Always have to fit this in every year. You like Cujo, Slim? Nice, nice. Yeah, it's the best one. What do you think the next best one is? I'd say the second best is the Vacation one from the 80s. Oh, I'd say that's the second best one. And then what? The The Vegas Vacation one is stupid, but it's funny. I still enjoy it. I enjoy all of them. The European Vacation one's good too. So those are the top three. It would be this, the original Vacation, and European Vacation. I think are the best. You guys can fight me on that, or agree or disagree. What do you think of that? All right. So next is personal preference. You're only going to like this if you're a fan of this type of stuff, and it is CKY. So if you guys are a fan of Jackass that was on MTV, you should know that this was before Jackass. This was where it all started, CKY. I have all of them. I'm a huge fan of Bam Margera, so yeah. I like all these guys. This stuff was fun. It was funny and entertaining and ridiculous. CKY too. Yeah, CKY was original. There's CKY 3. I got all of them, so. And there's 4. And as you guys should know about this film, Haggard, you know, it goes with the whole CKY series. This was Bam Margera's first film that he wrote and directed. It's, you know, it's his, like 100%. And rest in peace, Ryan Dunn. All right. Like a nice mess to clean up after this, because I want to keep it in order, but I should just not worry about that. Just keep showing you guys the movies. So next up is Quentin Tarantino's Death Proof. Have you guys seen this? Death Proof, The Grindhouse. It was 2 parts. There was Planet Terror in this one. Robert Rodriguez did Planet Terror. This is Tarantino's. This was balls to the wall, just explosive action. The stunt sequences, the car chase stuff is just, oh man, it's great. All of the stunts were done by the chick, one of the actresses in the movie. Her name's Zoe Bell. She's a professional stunt woman. So she did all her shit. She did all her stunts. If you watch behind the scenes, you'll find that out. Hey, Welsh. Hated the ending. Yeah, it's like the ending of The Mist, right? Everyone hated that ending too. So next up is a classic comedy that a lot of people probably don't know about, but my mom, like I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, my mom got me into movies, and she has a great she's a great palette for movies, and obviously our generational differences. She's seen things I've never heard of, but she introduced me to this movie called Defending Your Life with Albert Brooks and Meryl Streep and Rip Torn. So this movie, Defending Your Life, it's one of these movies where it's like unintentional humor in a way, because this guy dies, and instead of going to heaven, he has to prove that he's worthy to move on to the next plateau, the next step. So it's called Defending Your Life because he has to go back and he has to, he has to, he has to sit down and he has to reevaluate his life. It's just hilarious because they show all these flashbacks, all the mistakes he made. And I can relate to this movie so much because, like a lot of people, we've all had bad things happen to us that are usually funny. They're not really funny to us. They're funny to people that watch it happen to us at the time. right? Things like that. But it's just hilarious. I highly recommend this movie if you want to see something different, because not only is it really funny, but it's original and it makes you think. It just makes you think about a lot of things. It makes you think about your life and maybe the mistakes you made or the decisions you made, and it just gets the wheels turning in your head. And I've seen this so many times. I know like all the lines. Next up, we have Event Horizon. Event Horizon, you could classify as a sci-fi horror movie, basically, starring Lawrence Fishburne and Sam Neill. Terrifying movie, just excellent. It has a lot of kind of callbacks to kind of Alien, the Alien films, I'd say, because there's a lot of claustrophobic moments, and it takes place in space, just like Alien, and there's a lot of evil amongst these characters that they're dealing with, and it's really scary. It's really yeah, it's very effective. Great acting, great everything. It's a classic, definitely. Who else was in this? Oh, Kathleen Quinlan. So Kathleen Quinlan, she's actually in one of my favorite movies with um isn't that weird when you forget something that you've always remembered because you got so much in your head? uh and it's a really famous actor too. For some reason I'm just drawing a blank on who it is. It'll come back to me. It's funny because he's in this too. Oh, Kurt Russell. So Kurt Russell, Sassy needs login code. What's up, Eric? Huh? Login code. Was that code for she needs a jacket? I thought everybody has a jacket. Let me see. Yeah, that's cool, man. I'm just showing movies. I'm showing my movie collection, so it's just you don't even have to watch what I'm doing. You can just listen. I understand if you're busy, it's fine. Just thanks for coming in. Anyway, so what I was trying to say was Kurt Russell and Kathleen Quinlan are in this movie called Breakdown, this really fantastic thriller from the 90s where it's a married couple. They break down on a desert uh, highway. This trucker claims to be helpful, and then, they get separated. And I don't want to go any further into that. It's just fantastic. It's just edge of your seat thriller, classic thriller, very good twists and turns. But yeah, she's in this too. But when you love movies, one movie makes you think of another movie. You've seen Breakdown? Did you like it, Sharon? All right. I'm gonna get some hate from Eric probably because I only own the original Friday the 13th. I don't have part 2, 3. I don't have any of it. I just have the original. I have the poster too on my wall. I'm a fan of the other ones. It's just this is the only one I own. I only own the original. Hello, Supine. Good morning. Thanks for coming in. So anyway, Classic, right? Another comedy. It's always sad to talk about this actor because it's one of the few actors I remember when he passed away. I remember I broke down. I was upset. I was crying because I really felt like he was very special, not just as an actor, as a person. And we're talking about Robin Williams. And this is Father's Day. So Father's Day with Robin Williams and Billy Crystal is just very funny. It's I think Ivan Reitman did this. So if you guys are familiar with Ivan Reitman, you know his style, and it's just I don't know what else to say about it. It's really funny. It's got those moments in it, like it's a family oriented movie. Obviously, people like to watch it with their family. I usually watch it on Father's Day because that's the name of the movie. It's got a funny cameo with Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson's like all tatted up. He's got all these piercings. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. But it's a great movie. It's classic. Just Robin Williams, one of his. I know a lot of people won't agree that they probably don't think it's one of his best films, but it's one of my favorite Robin Williams films. Hey, what's up? Number one thug stacking. Thanks for coming in. Let's give you a jacket. And you can share your house with everybody. You can make friends here. All right, so next, got another box set here for you. We have The Fly 1 and 2 with Jeff Goldblum. So The Fly was just one of those ones. It was outside the box, right? Classic. Really gross, really scary, really great. Original. I find this film very original. Who was in part 2? I'm more of a fan of the original. Who was in part 2 again? It was Eric Stoltz. Okay. Eric Stoltz is in the second one. So yeah, there's The Fly 1 and 2. This one, I'm going to get a hard time for. I know I am. But it's funny. I enjoy it. Four Christmases with Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon. It's just ridiculous, They try to go on vacation. They're trying to escape their families. All that weather comes come crashing in, and then all hell breaks loose because they have to go visit their family, like all the 4 different families in one day. Kind of like in Christmas Vacation, where you know how it is. If you only want to be around your family for X amount of time, right? So imagine having to be around 4 freaking families. It would be a nightmare. It's hilarious. I find it funny. I don't know if you guys are a fan of it or not, but I like this movie. It's on DVD. It's not like I paid that much for it, so even I got paid like $5 or less for this. So this is another classic Christmas movies. Frosty the Snowman, right? Everybody knows Frosty, the classic Christmas cartoon. It's only like half an hour. Remember when we were kids, we watched this and we thought it was longer, and then you grow up and you watch it like, this is only like 30 minutes long. How could it be called a movie? It's 30 minutes, but it's a classic. Everybody loves Frosty. All right, so Hey, thanks for coming in. Danica Hand, James Skype Guy, My Philippines Exploration, Chase Films Productions. Hope you're doing well. All right, so this next one, this is one of my all-time favorite movies. It's another Stephen King adaptation, but it's one of his films where the story was more humanistic, like Shawshank Redemption, you know? So it has supernatural elements to it, but it's the Green Mile. So the Green Mile is, what can I say? It's a masterpiece to me. It's just so sad now because Michael Clark Duncan is passed on. If you guys, I'm sure if you love movies, you know he died. He's no longer with us. And the sad thing is, I saw behind the scenes of this, and I found out that he got his role in the movie because Bruce Willis recommended him to the director, Frank Darabont. So Frank Darabont went off of Bruce Willis's recommendation. This was Michael Clark Duncan's first movie. So if you watch behind the scenes, Bruce Willis was like giving him acting lessons and stuff. The behind the scenes are fantastic for this movie. And Stephen King's on here, I think, too, I believe. But I read the book, or well, remember when it came out, it was a series of, they called them serial novels. They were like these little thin books. They would come out and they had these cool covers. And anyway, yeah, just fantastic. Hello, Jenny Juice Real. Thank you for coming in. I'm going to give you a jacket now. You can connect with everybody and make friends in the chat. I feel like I'm talking too much. Are you guys still enjoying this? I'm not paying attention to the chat enough, I don't think, but this is how I am. I get off on a tangent. So Show Me Gold family, welcome. You have a jacket now. Thank you for supporting the stream. You can make friends here now with everybody. So the next one is called Gravity with Sandra Bullock and George Clooney. So Gravity, for me, Gravity was, I think it was like a perfect combination of the score, the cinematography, the acting. I think all this came together in such a beautiful way. I remember when I saw this movie, as a musician, I was really paying attention to the music as I was enjoying the movie. I was blown away by the score. I love the score to this movie. And like I said, it all comes together. I mean, the cinematography, the music, the storyline, the acting. Hello, Mai. Welcome. Hey, what's up, LJ? Rich, I don't think I said hi to you, but hi, Rich. Thanks for coming in, man. Let's see. This is just the regular. Yeah. This is just the regular one. Done. 18 plus. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Show Me Gold family. So let's see. Here's another one that my mom showed me. So this is directed by the same person that did Seven. Everyone knows Seven, right? With Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt. So Michael Douglas and Sean Penn, The Game. You guys seen this? Cool idea. Basically, Sean Penn and Michael Douglas' characters are brothers. One of them is trying to throw his brother a party, but it has a huge twist in it because the party is nothing like a traditional birthday party. Yeah, classic, yeah. But this is great. This is great. Even talking about it, just sitting here with you guys makes me want to watch it. All right, so I think we're done with that stack. So we're getting back into some horror. I'm gonna get a hard time about this because it's a remake. And yes, I'm a fan of the original. Just let's get that out of the way before you guys give me shit. This is the remake of The Hills Have Eyes. This is the unrated. I'm a fan of this director. His name is Alexandre Aja, I believe. He's French. But anyway, he's done a lot of really good horror movies. He's really solidified himself as a horror director. He did Piranha. He did this movie called Mirrors with Kiefer Sutherland. Hey, what's up, Johnny? Thanks for coming in, man. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, this is... What can I say? I mean, you've seen the original Hills Have Eyes. This is just ramping it up. Better special effects. It's a remake. I have the second one too. I got it cheap, so I know it's not nearly as great as the original, but yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's believable. And then, obviously Wes Craven did the original, so don't have to say anything there. Wes Craven, legend. Back to Stephen King again. We have It, but this is the original It with Tim Curry. This is a pretty cool cover. I like this. I dig this art. Nice, Walsh. Nice. Okay, so, I'm sure a lot of people have seen this. A bunch of friends. They bond over a crazy experience that it's a clown that's manifests anything they're afraid of. They have to band together to try to defeat the entity by facing their fears. There's a 2017, was it a reboot? It's a reboot, right? And then It Chapter, I believe the second one they've really, and it's the same director too. They really messed up. I don't know what happened. But yeah, you can't go wrong with this one. They technically call this a mini series. When it first came out, it was on for like 2 or 3 nights. It was on like ABC or something, NBC or ABC. So let's see if you guys know what this is. So one of my favorite actors is in this, John Cusack. Ray Liotta's in it, and Amanda Peet. It's called Identity. Do you guys know about this one? Are you familiar with this film, Identity? It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy movie. It really makes you guess, keeps you on your toes, thinking the whole time. It's one of those really thrilling and crafty films. Slept at 5 a.m. Yeah. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. So I'm not really a fan of his music, but I think he's a good actor. And I'm talking about Justin Timberlake. This is In Time. This is a sci-fi thriller. This is a cool idea where money no longer exists. In a dystopian future, currency is time. So your entire life is based off of time. There's no more money. So people are killing each other, trying to steal other people's time so they can live longer. There's people rising up against each other, and it's a really cool movie. I really like it. And then it's Amanda Seyfried is the co-star. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, hmm and Justin Timberlake's a good actor. I mean, you guys seen the Social Network, the Facebook movie? That's a great movie. Okay, so the next one, another Christmas movie, cheesy, corny, classic for me. Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad. You know, a lot of people are going to say this movie's just stupid, but it's funny too. It's entertaining and funny, and we can all relate to as kids wanting the hottest toy of the year for Christmas. That whole your parents are trying to scramble around town. They're trying to go to all the stores. Everything's sold out. And then, now they have the Turbo Man figure. The pops are coming, Funko Pops. But it's super funny, man. Yeah, it's a classic for me too, bro. All right, so back into horror. So we got a classic here. Steven Spielberg, Poltergeist, right? Love that. Love that cover. Awesome. Scary, original. Steven Spielberg, right? Classic. Uh, Craig T. Nelson, and he was the only star. It was produced by it was produced by Steven Spielberg. It's directed by Toby Hooper. So Toby Hooper did. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Toby Hooper do Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Why, hello there to yourself, sir. How are you? What's up, Uncle Sal? Thanks for stopping by. We were talking about Grindhouse. This is the other part of Grindhouse is Planet Terror. Robert Rodriguez, just full of action, Got that horror twist of the zombie element to it, you know. Very entertaining. Another Stephen King adaptation. We got Needful Things with Ed Harris. Classic. It's good. This is a good one. Makes you think. It's one of those ones where, King took the whole humanistic element and put a bunch of horror wrapped around it. Usually what he does anyway, but this is a good one. This is a classic. We all can relate to that, desire to want something, but at what cost are you willing to obtain it for, right? That's pretty much the idea of that movie. Here's a classic comedy from the 80s. Chevy Chase. I don't know if you guys know this one, but it's called Modern Problems. It's hilarious. This guy's trying to go home one night and he gets stuck behind a toxic waste truck, and then he gets it on him and he gets his radioactive abilities and hijinks ensues, right? But just great physical comedy by Chevy Chase in this. It's hilarious. It's got a great soundtrack because it's from the 80s. The Tubes do the theme song. All right, so this isn't a horror movie, but I like to watch it. I try to watch it every year around October at that time. It's the Mothman Prophecies with Richard Gere. This movie just, for me, it's another one where it's got that great atmosphere. It's almost kind of got that Carpenter, like John Carpenter kind of vibe where you're watching it, but it's building tension and it's got a lot of mystery and it's got like really thick atmosphere. It's got a great soundtrack and it's really creepy and effective, in my opinion. And it's based off true events. The Mothman he's a myth. He's a legend. He's part of our culture, our culture around the world. The Mothman has been claimed to be spotted for hundreds of years, maybe even longer. So it was a cool movie because it's taking like a modern kind of thing where, like a reporter is trying to get to the bottom of something that's from the past happening in the present. I love that movie. It takes place where my grandparents lived. I had heard about that bridge for years before that ever came out. Yeah. Well, my mom actually grew up on the East Coast, so she's been here. She's been to Point Pleasant. It's West Virginia. Yeah. Also, who else was in this? Will Patton, Deborah Messing from Will and Grace. Yeah. And Laura Linney, who's pretty big these days. She's been in a lot of things. Here's a cult classic. I think Eric and I were talking about this recently. that this would be great to be remade because of the technology that would really make it enjoyable, and that's Maximum Overdrive, with Emilio Estevez. So I think Eric's right. I think it was Eric that said this. Yeah, they could probably do this. They could make a twist with, I don't know, like smart cars too. But obviously the special effects would be really good. But this is a classic. It's just like tongue in cheek, just cheesy B movie quality horror movie. Great soundtrack. AC/DC did the soundtrack. They got a bunch of tracks on here. Yeah, cool, man. Thanks for coming in. Have a good night, Funko Asylum. You guys know if you've seen this. You remember when the soda machine gets activated and it's spitting out the sodas and it kills that guy or that kid with it's hilarious. He gets killed by a can of Pepsi or something. It's ridiculous. The lawnmower runs over that guy. All the kind of like Final Destination kind of stuff in there a little bit. Wow, so we're coming up on an hour, and I'm running out of stuff to show you, but I do have another row that I got to bring over here, so this might last. Hopefully, it lasts a little bit longer. I figured I'm probably talking too fast, so and I'm going through them too quick. But next one is Silent Hill. This is one of the few video game adaptations that I thought was really well done. It's scary. It's true to the source material from the video games. Great acting. Yeah, it's just solid. It's a solid adaptation of one of those. It's one of those rare ones because those gaming adaptation films. They're always kind of like so hit or miss. This one's solid in my opinion. Great actors in it too. Sean Bean. Sean Bean from GoldenEye, from Game of Thrones. He's he's well known from Game of Thrones. Ned Stark. Oh, nice. So you like the other ones too, not just the original. That's cool. Can't remember if I've seen I think I've seen the second one. How many are there? There's just two, right? All right, so for me, this is one of those ones where when it first came out, it really was unique, and that's Saw. So the original Saw, for me personally, I really enjoyed this. I enjoyed the fact that you had to piece it together. You had to figure it out as you went along. It was great because it was really, for us horror fans, it had all the blood and guts that everyone would want as a horror fan. But it's also very smart. It's a very intelligent movie. Great acting. And obviously, it spawned a massive franchise that I still, up to this day, have not watched all of them. I know they even have a more recent one with Chris Rock. It was it's called Spiral, from the Book of Saw. And I don't know. For me, it's all about the original. Fun fact: the co-star of this film is one of the directors. So it was James Wan, and I have trouble saying his name. I'm gonna cheat and look at it, but Lee Whannell or Leigh Whannell. He was the co-star. He was the one that was chained in the room with Carrie Elwes' character. That was him. That's the co-director of the movie. Like, so it was James Wan and Leigh Whannell that did this. Danny Glover's also in this, right? But I don't know. For me, Saw is just one of those. It's one of those horror movies that stands out in the genre. I have the original poster too. I have the poster with Amanda and the reverse bear trap, which that would be such an amazing movie moment, Funko Pop movie moment, because they made Billy, right? Like, come on, they made the puppet. All right, so then we have Secret Window with Johnny Depp. This is another Stephen King adaptation. It's taken from a short story called Secret Garden, I think. Something like that. Oh, yeah, yeah. Thank you, man, for coming in. As always, appreciate your support. Have a good night. Thanks, Hojo. What was my favorite trap? What, in the original? My favorite trap. I don't know. I don't know, Eric. I mean, what about you? I can't really think of my favorite. So, how many people have seen this? It's not like I'm spoiling anything because it's been around for years, but anyway, this is a good movie because of all the twists. Obviously, Johnny Depp is a fantastic actor. He's very convincing in this role. Solid. It's a solid thriller. I've seen it many times. It also has his name is, where is it? So John Turturro, is the main like antagonist basically. And if you guys are a fan of Adam Sandler, you know that he's the butler in Mr. Deeds. And he's also in Transformers. He plays not FBI, but one of those secret organization members. Hey, Nancy, how you doing? Just showing movies. I'm showing my movie collection tonight. I'm trying to change it up. I thought this would be a good way to earn some watch time. Have people go, hang out with me and look at all these movies I've been collecting over the years. I was going to say the reverse bear trap, actually. The drill chair. Yeah, I was just going to go with the reverse bear trap because it's from the first movie, and it's just that's terrifying to imagine that. You got to hurry up and take that thing off or you're dead. It's going to clamp your head off. Angel Heart. Real quick, Secret Window was adapted by. Yeah, you're right, Hojo. Yeah, the story was taken from Stephen King's short story, though. Yeah, David, you're right about that. David Koepp, and didn't David Koepp also do Stir of Echoes with Kevin Bacon? All right, we got another Chevy Chase classic that my mom showed me that I absolutely love. It's just, I know every line to this. It was another one where I could just watch it over and over and over. And it's called Seems Like Old Times. Basically, an ex-husband can't get over his ex-wife. He escapes prison. He was convicted, falsely accused of a crime. He gets out. His estranged ex-wife has the heart of gold to try to help her ex-husband, while her current husband, it's hilarious. Like it's all the physical comedy in this with Chevy Chase, and just from the beginning alone, when Chevy Chase's character gets out of the vehicle, like gets kicked out of the vehicle and he starts tumbling down the hill. Just if you haven't seen it, then you're like, what the hell are you talking about? But there's just so many moments in this movie that are just so classic. You just can't help but enjoy it. Goldie Hawn and Charles Grodin are also in this. Just full cast, all-star cast. There's just so many scenes that are just so funny. And it's relatable too. There's things in here that, we all got those past relationships or past people in our lives that we'd rather not see again, or maybe we miss them, but we don't intend on connecting with them again because we don't want to cause a problem with our current relationship, right? Yeah, cool. Okay. Prep away, my friend. All right. So we're back into horror here. We have The Strangers. So The Strangers is a home invasion premise with a twist, because they're all wearing masks. You don't know who's who. It's a scary concept. They show up at like 3 or 4 in the morning. I mean, imagine that. Just kind of put yourself in the shoes of Liv Tyler and who else was in this? Scott Speedman. Try to put yourself in their shoes. You're trying to have a relaxing evening. There's a knock on the door at an ungodly hour, and then you're fighting for your life. I find it scary, and it could happen. Home invasion is no joke. I like this movie. It's a good one. This is a good one. The twist would have been if someone in the house orchestrated it. Yeah, absolutely. You're right. Definitely, Eric. I don't know why I only have one from this it's a trilogy, right? I'm a fan of all of them, but for some reason I only own the second one. I have an actual copy of it, and it's Rise of the Planet of the Apes. This was the one with James Franco, right? I really dig these. I know the original series, there was like a television series with Charlton Heston, and then the original films. Obviously, they can't be compared to this, but I thought these were really good. I like all these Planet of the Ape reboots or remakes. I really dig them. I thought they were really, really good. Andy Serkin. Wait, Andy Serkis. How do you say his name? You know who I'm talking about. He played Gollum in Lord of the Rings. He does all the he's really good with the creature characters. Anyway, these are solid, all of them. The original's got Mark Wahlberg, and then Oh, that's fine. No worries. I know it's you guys are doing your premiere. You usually do it around this time, right? So, all right. Johnny Depp again. So this is Johnny Depp and Christian Bale. If you're a fan of crime, history, um, movies that actually take you to real events, Public Enemies. The story of John Dillinger, the pursuit of John Dillinger. Love this movie. Just everything about it. It's so authentic to the time period. Amazing acting. The score. Love the music in it. Seen this a bunch of times. Fantastic. All right, so this will be the time to take a break. I have to get more movies to show you guys. I'm gonna probably put these back. So get a snack or a drink, and talk amongst yourselves. I'm gonna take a brief break here to get ready to show you the rest and put some stuff back, but it's not over yet. Bear with me. Welcome, Roxon. I just gave you a jacket. Okay, I'll be back, guys. Okay, I'm back. Hey, Rondi. What's up? Love shout out. All right, so I think we're on R now. Yeah. So this is another Stephen King one. It's called Riding the Bullet. So Riding the Bullet was done by Mick Garris. And if you're a big enough King fan, you know that Mick Garris did adaptations of Stephen King's. Let me see. He did. Let me remember here. I think he did The Stand. He did the Stand miniseries. And what else did he do? Wow. I think that's the one I can remember. Oh, he did my favorite adaptation of The Shining. A lot of people are familiar with the movie, obviously, with Jack Nicholson, but there's a 1997 miniseries with Steven Weber that I find to be way better than the movie because it follows the Stephen King novel all the way through. So Mick Garris has a good relationship with Stephen King, adapting his work. So Riding the Bullet with David Arquette. You know, it's that whole ghost story kind of premise. Someone picks up a hitchhiker. Along the way is confront his demons, living and dead, and in the end makes the ultimate choice that will mean life or death for him and his mother. So it's pretty good. Let's go like this. Okay, so next up we have a very powerful drama. You haven't seen many dramas, but I can appreciate dramas. So if you guys have seen this, you know, but if you haven't seen it, you have to see this. I highly recommend. It's called 7 Pounds with Will Smith. 7 Pounds. I think what Woody Harrelson's in this also, right? Rosario Dawson. This movie is amazing. It's kind of hard to describe this movie. It's worth watching. I promise you. Do you read the book after you watch the movie? Well, the thing is, I'm young. I'm pretty young. So a lot of those books came out before I was even born. So take Jaws, for example. Jaws is one of my favorite movies, but the book came out well before I was born. So I saw the movie, but I saw the movie before I read the book. I read the book also, but like I said, I mean, it's kind of hard for me. It's kind of hard for me to do that because of my age. Me too. Yeah, I did too, Walsh. It's a good example of this is what movies are all about, basically. Movies are supposed to transport you to different times and places, but this movie affects you on a personal level because of how grounded the characters and the story is, if that makes sense. Chris, have to go work some streams tomorrow. I should meet later. Yeah, cool, Eric. Yeah, love you too, man. Thanks for coming in. Have a good night. Oh, Eric's leaving right when I'm about to talk about one of his favorite movies, Stir of Echoes. Stir of Echoes. Fantastic. It's a Kevin Bacon movie. Can't say enough good things about this one. Very creepy. Lots of cool visuals. Keeps you guessing. Yeah, great film, right? I saw this when it came out. I think this came out in 1999, so I was starting high school when this came out. Yep. We were talking about this earlier. Hojo is gone, but he did mention David Koepp. This is a David Koepp film. I was right. David Koepp did direct this. This is taken from Richard Matheson's novel. And Richard Matheson wrote I Am Legend, which became a film with Will Smith, which is also really, really good. Great movie. So you see how my mind works with all the movie knowledge. It's like, get it out. There's too much in here. I gotta leak it out. I gotta take it out. Make room for useful information, right? It's all useless. Everything in my head is just nonsense. I did mention that I prefer the miniseries over the film, but I have The Shining. I actually have the movie. I'm a fan of the movie as well. You can't go wrong with this. This is an absolute classic. It's just I prefer the miniseries because Stanley Kubrick completely threw out Stephen King's book when he made this movie, and I didn't appreciate that. He didn't have a good relationship with Stephen King. He didn't like him. I've watched some interviews, and he pretty much was like, fuck you, because there's a scene at the beginning where when the Volkswagen gets demolished, if you guys remember, I watched an interview that I guess that represents Stephen King, because I guess Stephen King had a yellow Volkswagen when he was growing up, and anyway, the scene, it gets smashed. Rondi. No. I'm in between doing laundry. I got stuff in the dryer that needs to be folded. What about you? Anyway, so the car is demolished, and on the interview, that's supposed to be representing that Stanley Kubrick was saying F you to Stephen King. So that's a little bit of a trivia for you. Same here, Chris. I think my mind is full of cuddly toys. So anyway, classic. Epic. Scary. Yeah, everyone, if you're a horror fan, you love The Shining, or you can appreciate it. Of course. This is a cool cover. It's showing the Grady twins, but they have no face. So that's really creepy. Yeah, do that laundry, Rondi. The real Batman always does his laundry. You got to keep your bat suits fresh and accessible. This one I actually got as a gift from Eric. Eric sent me an AOK, and this was in the box. I have never seen this. I know. It's ridiculous. This is a classic. I've never seen it, though. I'm sure it's great. I'll be enjoying this Christmas season. It comes with a ornament. You open it up and then it's got an ornament. It's kind of funny. Anyway, I'm probably the last person to ever see this movie. Pretty much everybody's seen this except me, I'm sure, right? Bill Murray, Scrooged. All right, next we have Transformers, the original. This is the only one I own. This is the only one I'm really a fan of. I thought the first one was well done. After that, it was just more of the same, just a bunch of recycled nonsense, poorly done CGI with just, it had bad mixing too. I mean, you couldn't even hear the dialogue half the time because the action was overcoming the people trying to, the characters trying to talk. You got to be able to hear what they're saying, and it was just a mess. This one's good though, the original. This is a collector's edition, so it comes with this comic book kind of thing. It came with this is pretty cool actually. So it came with a comic book, and then one of those decoder things in the front. I don't know. I've never opened it. It's still the way it is, kept that way. I bought this because it transforms. This is Optimus Prime, the DVD set. I think LJ has the Megatron one. LJ showed it on his live stream one night. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Kind of a cool, fun thing, you know. Your DVD set can turn into something. So there you go. There's Optimus Prime. And then there's the movie. There's the discs. Pretty cool. Pretty cool packaging. Okay, so the only reason why I bought this is because I mentioned how I'm a fan of the Shining miniseries over the film. This set included that miniseries. So you guys saw I already have it, but this is the Shining miniseries with Steven Weber, directed by Mick Garris, who did The Stand miniseries and the movie I showed you a bit ago, Riding the Bullet. This also has Salem's Lot. Yeah. This is like what, a remake or something. Obviously, Salem's Lot, the original film, is superior to whatever. I don't even think I've watched this, to be honest. What's up, Liz? Yo, welcome. I think I got this as a gift from my mom because as a horror fan, she just wanted to get me something different one year. So this is a classic with Boris Karloff and Jack Nicholson, The Terror. I'm not sure how old this is. I'm not sure when it came out. It came out from, how old is this? Does it even say? Isn't that weird? It doesn't even say when this... It doesn't even say when this movie came out, but it's probably from what, the 60s, 70s. It's very old. I'm looking at the back because I'm trying to refresh my memory on what this is. The Terror features 2 screen legends and a most unlikely pairing. Roger Corman directed, assisted by Francis Ford Coppola. Jack Nicholson plays a lieutenant in the French army, falls in love with a woman that keeps disappearing on him. It's kind of like a Dracula kind of story. Ends up at this castle. The woman he loves gets trapped in the castle. He's trying to rescue her. It's got a bunch of twists. It's classic B horror movie with well-known actors. You got Return of the Living Dead. George Romero. If you're zombie fans, you know his work. We all know who George Romero is. If the the Living Dead series, the zombie films. This is a classic. This is from 1984. What's up, Nitz Bills? How you doing? Thanks for coming in. If anyone wants to join, you're more than welcome to come up. Talk about movies with me. I always love talking about movies. I used to watch them all the time before I got into YouTube. I used to watch movies every day. Tried to watch one movie a day. There's the stairs, though, if anyone wants to join me. Here's a modern take on zombie movies. A lot of people like this one, Zombieland. This is a good one. I haven't seen the sequel still. I've only seen this one. What's up, Ohana? Just showing my movie collection. How are you doing? Thanks for coming in. Jesse Eisenberg, Woody Harrelson, Emma Stone. Funny, good horror comedy. Can't go wrong with this one. A lot of people love that. So then we got some sci-fi for a change. I don't have that many sci-fi films, but here's a good one. You might not agree with me. That's fine. I got War of the Worlds here. Tom Cruise. This was directed by Steven Spielberg. It's good, yeah. It's worth watching. Cool. This movie was cool. Great special effects. Obviously, Steven Spielberg is a master filmmaker. One of my favorite ones he did in the early 2000s, besides this one, is Super 8. Have you guys seen Super 8? Isn't that Steven Spielberg? I could be wrong. Is that J.J. Abrams? I thought Steven Spielberg was involved in that movie, though, Super 8. I don't really want to Google it, though. I'm supposed to know what I'm talking about when I'm doing this. Just gonna... Okay, this is a collection. This director has done some of the most unique sci-fi I've seen. His name is Neil Blomkamp. He's he's best known for doing a film called District 9. This is the set. So I got District 9. Hold on. There we go. I got District 9, Chappie, and Elysium. I love these first two. Elysium is all right. This director, though, is a genius. District 9 is one of my favorite movies. I saw it when it came out in the theater. There's a lot of people that didn't get it. I completely got it. I loved it. I love the concept of how aliens were better than the people. The director's painting people in a negative light, trying to show how the aliens are the ones that are being oppressed. And I mean, if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. And it's got incredible special effects. It's just different. What he does with sci-fi is he makes it humanistic. The way he did his sci-fi movies, the way he does his movies basically is he makes them very character driven, very very grounded. Because with sci-fi, it's usually it's pretty out there, right? I mean, the way he handles his characters and his stories, he makes it very realistic, very humanistic. It's even touching at times, and like it's sad. It really affects you if you actually care about what you're watching. Very dramatic, especially in Chappie. So Chappie is almost like a modern version of Short Circuit. If you guys are familiar with Short Circuit was a classic film from the 80s, I think, about a robot that gets befriended, kind of like E.T., that kind of thing, where like a creature or a robot gets befriended by a human being. The thing about Chappie was, and it's got the cool artwork. There's a lot of cool stuff in here. Sigourney Weaver also in it. That was crazy that they were in it. I don't know much about them, but I forgot the name. Die Antwoord. It's a like a rap group. Ninja and Yolandi. They're actually real music artists, and they play characters in the movie. Just really out there, really crazy stuff. But like I said, Neil Blomkamp, how do I describe it? His approach to filmmaking is it's refreshing to me, because sure, a lot of these things have been done a million times, but he's put his own stamp on it. he he took the idea of AI and he made it more interesting. What if machines could be hyper intelligent? What if they could learn? What if they cared? What if they had emotions and they developed thoughts and feelings? It's very thought provoking. And then the actor, if you guys are a fan of District 9, you know that there right here, he's from District 9. He's the main character. He's in it. Here's the director, Neil Blomkamp, right there, with one of the giant mechs. Hugh Jackman is also in this. He plays this complete, corrupt, just asshole, like the evil version of, the people that created the Chappie character. Elysium was all right. Dystopian film set way in the future. I like Matt Damon. I don't know. For me, this movie, Elysium, it looked cool, but the story and stuff didn't really, I don't know, it didn't really do much for me. It was very cool, though. Very good special effects. I mean, this exosuit that he's wearing is crazy. Look at this thing. It's just, that's gnarly, man. Yeah, a lot of great actors in it. Oh, yeah, he's in it too. Sharto Copley is also in Elysium. So Neil Blomkamp obviously has a very close relationship with this actor. He's been in a lot of his films. So I love District 9 so much that I've thought about getting a tattoo of the mothership. The concept of this it's completely original. So Neil Blomkamp, I've watched in interviews, he talks about the inspiration for the mothership. It looks like it's from an oil refinery. So you can see the components. He was trying to make a unique design, and he did a good job with that. So this was inspired by like oil refinery and factory parts and stuff to make the mothership from District 9. And then this is so if you look at this, you can kind of see in closer detail. I mean, even that antenna stuff at the bottom there, you can see where he got his inspiration from. And the whole idea of District 9 is like if you went to a third world country and instead of the illegals being African American or what have you, they're aliens, alien life forms. They look like insects. They're called prawns. And this takes place in South Africa on location. And basically, these aliens are being oppressed by human beings. So like I was saying earlier, it's a twist on that kind of story arc. So human beings are like the aliens in the sense of they're horrible. The human beings are horrible in this story. The aliens are just trying to survive because they crash landed on Earth. And if you've seen the movie, you know what happens. The technology that needs to be accessed for them to power up the mothership to get away. There's this fluid, and they have to find the fluid. They have to take like a chemistry, basically like a chemistry set, and they have to basically do a chemist experiment to extract the fluid. And then once the fluid is extracted, it can be used for technology. It can be used to power up the ship. There's a drop ship that gets unearthed. It's a great moment in the film where it's like it's like the climax of the movie. Hi, Roxanne. How you doing? Welcome. So it's like the climax of the movie where the dropship is coming out from under the ground, and there's all this gunfire going on and everything. And then Christopher is the main character, the main prawn, the main alien. And his son, they're trying to hurry up. They're showing trying to do the controls and get up off the ground, trying to get up to the mothership to try to finally go home, because they've been stuck on Earth for 30 years, I think they said at the beginning of the movie. But anyway, I'm just going off on a tangent here because I love the movie so much, but I can't recommend it enough. It's just different. This director has done some things that have been very unique, and if you guys enjoy sci-fi movies and you want something different, you can't go wrong with this director. All right, so one of my all-time favorite sci-fi horror films is Alien, Ridley Scott's Alien. This is the collection. It's got a really cool slipcase box set. It's like iridescent and everything. And then it's got all the movies. Obviously, the first two are the best. I just really appreciate the artwork. When the light hits it, you can see how cool that looks. It's just fantastic. This is why you want to collect movies, stuff like this. So when you open it up, you got the introduction to the first Alien film. There's a xenomorph. Here's Alien, some artwork from the movie, some stills, some clips from the movie. This is just fantastic. If you're a fan, you can appreciate this. This is the space jockey, the giant alien that got petrified on the planet, and there's this machinery, and then we got Aliens. This second one, the iconic end when Ridley is trying to kill the Queen. She's in the power loader. That's the end of the movie. Alien 3. This was directed by the director of Seven, David Fincher. This was a departure from the first two. This takes place on a prison planet, basically, where Ellen Ripley is stuck with a bunch of murderers and convicted criminals, and just it's like a maximum security prison planet, and she's trying to survive, and they have to work together to survive. It's obviously not it's okay, you know. But after that, Alien Resurrection, it just, like most film series, films just start to lose what made them great to begin with, and so on and so forth. Okay, let's see. What else? Okay, so we got an action movie here. It's not the greatest movie in the world, but it's also entertaining. I like it. It's Triple X with Vin Diesel. I'm sure a lot of people have seen this. It's from the director of Fast and the Furious. Okay. I guess I forgot that. Nice, Walsh. Do you have a favorite Alien film? Probably the original, right? So this one has a lot of Alfred Hitchcock inspiration that you can see with Luke Wilson and Kate Beckinsale. This reminds me of Hitchcock, but with a twist. I mean, they say it's like Psycho meets Saw, so basically it's taking that classic mystery and terror, suspense, and mixing it with violence and real danger, characters in peril. This is a great movie for people that like to see something the original. Yeah, of course. This is a great movie for people that like to see something different for the genre, because the people in this movie, you know, they go to a motel and you think that, yeah, it's going to be like any other movie where people end up in like a strange town, and then what ends up happening is very unexpected. I started hearing rain. It's pouring. Ugh, terrible. Hello, Joe. How you doing?
Hello. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
You feel okay?
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
Next one is, this is based on a true story. So this is 127 hours.
Cool.
Basically, what happened was there was someone that James Franco plays in the movie that they got trapped in. I want to say it was Arizona. They got
Apparently,
trapped. They got trapped in a
Arizona.
canyon, and basically what happened was they had to basically cut off their own arm to break it out of this boulder. And it's an amazing story about survival and just how strong the human spirit is. and it's just beautiful cinematography, awesome music. Obviously, James Franco is a great actor. This is a great movie. If you like this movie, you should check out the director's other work. His name is Danny Boyle. Danny Boyle also did Slumdog Millionaire, I believe. He did this movie called The Beach with Leonardo DiCaprio. It's really good. But I read the book too, and it's just amazing
Yeah.
what this guy went through to survive. So that's why it's in my collection. Next up, we have a disaster movie called 2012. So this movie, basically the idea is global warming has caused massive floods, earthquakes, you name it. All the natural disasters and events of the natural world are just going crazy in this movie. It's John Cusack, one of my favorite actors, is in this.
Mm-hmm.
Amanda Peet, Oliver Platt, Danny Glover, Woody Harrelson's also in it. It's just, it is what it is. It's big. It's like big budget CGI, popcorn, blockbuster entertainment. If you like that kind of stuff, if you like things that are, obviously it's not very realistic, but sometimes movies are all about escaping, right? This is a great escape. And then I'd say its counterpart would be The Day After Tomorrow, which is way more realistic. It's also about It's about global warming. It stars Jake Gyllenhaal, and I can't remember who else is in it, but anyway, that's very believable. Trainspotting. Oh yeah, how could I forget that? Trainspotting. Yeah, Trainspot. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was an awesome movie just because he survived for several days. He had to utilize his limited supplies. I just really appreciated the storyline, and the way he filmed it too is really cool. Danny Boyle has a really interesting way of filming. I mean, even the scene where he has a camera going down the straw so you can see the liquid, and it's just cool because it really puts you in there. It really puts you in there. Oh, okay. So, I'm sorry, I don't want to mispronounce your name, but Lies La Exploradora 2.0 has a premiere.
Hmm.
So everybody check that out.
What door is blow?
So
Like it looks like door is dead.
all right, another sci-fi movie. We have Ex Machina. So Ex Machina was a really cool movie because it's taking intelligent, like super smart AI, and it's got that spin because it's in the form of this attractive woman, and then this this guy falls for her, and then there's a twist, and then it's just a great movie. Very cool, very stylistic, a lot of great special effects. So Oscar Isaac, I believe his name is. Oscar Isaac has become a really big actor. He's been in The Force Awakens, Star Wars: The Force Awakens. He's in a great movie called Drive with Ryan Gosling. It's one of my favorite movies. And yeah, great sci-fi movie. If you like your sci-fi, very smart and stylistic, this is a great one. Plus, who doesn't want to see a hot chick robot? Come on now. All right, this next one's a classic comedy. This next one is Robin Williams again.
Yeah.
This is Mrs. Doubtfire. So Mrs. Doubtfire is by far one of the funniest movies from
It's Grandpa.
the past. It's also, touching and everything because he's trying to get his kids back. He's going through a divorce. Sally Field plays his ex-wife, Rob Williams' ex-wife, and
He can
he's
play
trying to get back to his
guitar.
kids. So
He can play guitar.
it's a classic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Exactly, Welsh. Okay, so hello, Kalog. How are you? Thanks for coming in.
Thank you coming in.
You have a jacket now. Hello again, Sapine.
You can put jackets warm.
So this next one is a
warm.
reboot, I guess, remake, but it's pretty good. You can't beat the original, obviously, but this is the RoboCop, I guess, reboot or remake. It's pretty good. Definitely, you can't compare it to the original RoboCop, of course not, but it's pretty good. It's all right. There's been a lot of Spider-Man movies. Obviously, a lot of us are fans of the Sam Raimi ones, the Sam Raimi original, at least with Tobey Maguire, or even the trilogy. But I really enjoyed this. This is Spider-Man: Homecoming. This is a great film.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man canon in the Spider-Verse. Great movie. I've liked a lot of them. I'm looking forward to the new one coming out. I'm sure a lot of people are. But yeah, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with Spider-Man. It's got everything. It's got the action, great actors, great characters, funny. It's got a little bit of everything to offer, these Spider-Man movies. Then we got another comedy. I don't think a lot of people know about this movie, but it's funny because I'm not into romantic, all right, because of the comedy aspect of it. It's called My Father the Hero. And it's basically this girl, she's on vacation with her dad, and she's just trying to have a good time, but her dad is ruining it the entire time. So it's really funny. And the actress in this movie, she's become huge. Katherine Heigl. She's been in a lot of movies now. She's very young in this movie. This movie's from the 90s. It's from like 90, I don't know, early 90s. It's really funny, though. I'm trying to see if anybody else is in it. Anyway, it's funny.
Hey, Liz.
All right, the last one is 47 Meters Down.
That's cool.
If anybody knows me well enough, they know I love sharks. I've seen countless shark movies. I'm really in, Jaws is one of my favorite movies. This one's pretty scary because
No.
the concept is pretty believable. I mean, these friends, they go down in a shark cage.
Yeah.
The disaster strikes when the cable snaps and they're trapped down there trying to survive.
Don't watch that.
And then there's a twist. The ending has a twist that a lot of people found shocking. I know I did. But that's about it, guys, for my movie collection.
Yeah. Well, that's a good movie. That's a clever movie.
Okay, so 2 hours and 12 minutes. That's
Yeah.
a lot less time I thought it would be, but that's okay. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that.
Dear Quiz, I hope you're enjoying that video be ending. By the way, Quiz, my
What's
birthday
that?
is coming up on November 16th on Tuesday.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, your birthday's November 16th, right?
You don't remember everything?
All right. Well, that's about it. I think I'm just gonna
Yeah,
go
we're
ahead.
gonna end the stream, okay?
I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I mean, I want to thank everybody for coming in. I want to thank everyone in the chat. The 8 people still watching. Thank you for still watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, thanks for all the support. Getting very close to getting monetized. Last I checked it at 3,300 hours, so roughly 700 hours to go. So I want to thank everybody for helping me get there. There's a lot of people to thank. They keep playing my playlists and stuff. Rondi, I know Rondi TV is one of them. MC Hart, Boss Ring Hero, who is good friends with Dream and Sapine Kaluma, who are also helping me, and Bees Poppin'. There's other people, but those are the main people that have been helping, and I really appreciate it. So, everybody take care. What I always say, keep rocking, keep rolling. Cheers.